not in the right place to be here. I don't like a whole bunch of drama.
Right.
I understand that things happen, people betray each other, people lie, people do things they shouldn't do. And I think when someone shows their true colors and you realize what they are, and the deed has been done, we know who he is.
Right.
We move on. And I feel like the general consensus, which is the nature of this house, everyone keeps talking about it, and everyone keeps it going because we have nothing else to do.
Right.
So I'm starting to realize this whole afternoon, I spent the whole afternoon sort of pondering and thinking about things, is that I have to realize that that's going to continually happen.
Right.
People are going to start drama. People are going to be upset. People are going to be mad, and we're going to all talk about it. And I'm just going to have to stop trying to tell people to stop the drama, because it's just going to happen. It's inevitable. There's nothing else to do. That's why we're in this house with no TVs and no phones and no connection to the outside world.
Right.
So it's my problem. It's not your problem. It's all my own sort of, just wanting to stop the drama. But I have to get over that. If I'm going to survive in this house with these people, with all these people, I have to realize that that's the part I play, is that I have to just go. I hate to say go with the flow, but I mean I have to allow that drama, let that drama happen, and sit back and take part in it, or sit back and not take part in it. But I can't be telling people not to do it.
Right.
Is that fair?
I mean, whatever you're your person. I respect people as the people that they are. So your personality is obviously that first of all, we wouldn't be in this house if you all had the same personality.
Exactly.
Right? So that's like number one. Number two, I feel like I've gotten a lot of things, and everybody in this house talks, right? So people have come back to me and have said stuff, and it was said to me that I was a direct threat of his. So
of mine?
No.
Of Brian.
So for me, I guess that basically made it a situation where it was pertinent for me, in order for me to survive in this game. Obviously, if somebody's coming at me, I'm one of their threats. I don't want them to be hanging out in the house, you know what I mean? And so yesterday, I had a conversation with Brian. It was a one-on-one conversation, and I asked him straight up, because that's something you'll find about me. I'll just ask you. I'll let things cool down, and then I'll come to you. And I said, is there something that I did? Is there something that, I said or whatever, And he was like, well, I go, because apparently I was on your plan. So I just wanted to know, like, what made me be placed on, why was I considered to be a major part of your plan in terms of the weeks in which people would be leaving the house? Just curious. I wanted to get into his head. And when he sat down and said, well, blah, 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 you really weren't in my plan. I just saw how emotional you got after Rennie was nominated for eviction. And I just realized that you would be very vulnerable. Something else that I was just like,
it didn't make any sense at all.
It made zero sense to me. So I said, okay. And I thought to myself, all right, well, that's just what his explanation is going to be. Okay, I just got to deal with it. He's going out. I just was curious just to kind of understand what he was thinking. No big deal. Then he went on further to say, I guess the biggest part of this is that I didn't think that Ollie would flip on me. And, honestly, I even went up to Ollie today and asked him. He told me this. What can I do to get 4 votes? I just need 4 votes in order to give me a chance, in order, for the Colonel to break the tie. I said, oh, okay. So basically the Colonel's going to break the tie. Okay. Thought about it. I slept on it. And I was like, So what you're telling me is that the Colonel's going to break the tie. My biggest threat's going to be left in this house, who's gunning for me, and gave me some bogus-ass excuse about the fact that I got emotional over Rennie. So I asked. I said, let me ask you this. So this morning, we're sitting in the kitchen. I'm minding my business. I'm halfway asleep, eating my bagel. The Colonel comes out of the sky, out of nowhere. And he goes, I just want y'all to know, that it's been said out there that possibility exists for, me to split the tie if there's if there's a me to break the tie if there's a split.
Yeah.
And I said, oh yeah? And April's like, oh yeah, we heard. And the colonel's like, you heard what? And then we're like, we heard that you are going to break the tie in favor of Brian. And the colonel's like, oh, hell no, I didn't say that. And got like real, And then so before I sit in the kitchen, while I'm just trying to enjoy the bagel that I just got prepared, I said, Brian is sitting right here, you guys. Just ask him. So he was laying down, he comes in, he's like, yeah, the colonel said, if I can get a split, then he'd take me off the block. And the colonel's like, I didn't say that. And he goes, no. I meant to say I'd hoped that the colonel would. And it switched up. Then he came back in the house when I was in the bathroom and said, I hadn't talked to the colonel yet. So it was like 3 different stories in less than an hour. And I was just frustrated at that point. I was like, you know what? Okay, let me go sit back down. Because honestly, I'm tired of sitting here going back and forth. People, like you said, I didn't say it. I said this. I'm like, let me just go back into my room. And that's exactly what happened this morning. That's it. I wasn't being, some crazy psycho lady. I wasn't trying to be controlling last night with the food. I'd been on slop for a week. I was wanting to eat.
And I admitted that.
And I'm sorry if I offended you in any form or fashion, because that was not my intention. However, apparently I did offend you, and I'm just telling you straight up that wasn't an intentional thing that I did. We're in this house. A lot of our personalities are going to play out to where everything that's microscopic is going to piss somebody off.
Right. Absolutely. Very, very true.
I mean, little bitty things that you like would never bother you in the outside world, and you'd roll your eyes at. But I think what I was most hurt about was the fact that you couldn't come and just tell me what you were feeling, and that you kind of like held it in the day and gave me eyes. And I mean, not that I'm not saying that you don't need to be doing that to me, but I just felt like we were better than that. And maybe I was wrong, and I apologize again if I misread things, but I just didn't know
Well, Libra, it's been a tough 2 days for me, because I felt like, I was on everyone's good side in this house, and then all of a sudden I get blindsided with, I'm not. Mm-hmm. Apparently, all of a sudden I'm not trustworthy. And so the past 2 days...
Y'all can come in here. Yeah, y'all can go in here.
I'm just going to go to the restroom.
I think April needs to go.
You're going to go to the restroom in here?
Yeah, actually.
You need to go back.
Just don't mind me.
No, baby.
No. So I... oh, God. So I felt blindsided. And it
Just pee.
Put me in a really bad funk. Because, not only do I feel like, well, people that I thought, liked me and trusted me, now I feel like there's this undertone of everyone running around going, well, we don't really trust him.
Right.
So it put me in a funk. I was like, well, shit. I thought I'd come in here and I'd played things honestly. I mean, I never lied about anything. I never, betrayed anyone. I just...
made an alliance with a guy that made 10 alliances.
Exactly. And he was, like the only person...
that came to you.
That came to me to even talk about it. Nobody else even came to me and said, hey, let's do this, let's do that. I didn't go to anybody else.
That's what I'm saying, that you got to understand that he's the only person that was going around, so everybody just took his hand. And that's why he got himself in the predicament that he's in.
And that's, I think, what scared a lot of people in the house, is because he was the only one going around. And there were some people that were true to not doing that with him, which were me, Michelle, and Keisha, and Jesse. We didn't go.
And Rennie.
And Rennie.
We weren't like anything to him.
Because we weren't in his plan, and we didn't get the handshake of an alliance, then that already spoke volumes to us.
Yeah.
At least to me.
Right.
And so... I'm sorry that you felt like maybe you're in a funk because now people knew that you had an alliance with him, and that was...
I didn't didn't care that people knew I had an alliance. And that's what I want you to really.
It was more of
really
people
hope
thought you were
understand.
spying.
Yes, I don't mind that at all. You know, I'm not afraid. I mean, that's going to happen. We're all going to make
Right.
alliances, and we're all going to, you know, make secret alliances that are going to come out at some point.
Exactly.
We're all going to do that.
Absolutely.
If we don't, you're going to be out the house tomorrow.
Right,
You know,
right.
you just sit around and float. You're gone. You're history.
Right.
So we're all going to do that.
Right.
It was the fact that, you know,
The spy thing.
the spy thing. And
Right.
that's true. And I am telling you, on my honor as a man and a gentleman, that is what hurt me.
Right.
I did
Right.
not care that you guys. Care that you guys blindsided him and got him out.
Right.
Yes, I had made an alliance with him. There are still 12 other people in his
yes,
house.
honey, 12
it's-
other alliances,
It's not
honey.
like him leaving is going to ruin my game and I'm history for the rest of it. But what would ruin my game if for the rest of the game everyone's like, don't ever talk in front of Steve.
Right.